Let's go to the callers. We'll begin with our number one Cochrane Go One Better call of the night, and that's going to be Jeff in South Park, who joins us on line number 4. Hello, Jeff. How are you?
Hey, guys. Good evening. How are you?
We're good.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, man. You know, Pony, sometimes you say insane stuff on your show, like the 13 wins you were going on about today. But you know what? I applaud your enthusiasm. I love it. One of the reasons why I'm a big fan of yours. I'm not going to go to 13 wins. But in your defense, let's go back to something that you said a while ago for these naysayers saying that these are only preseason games. At what point, like, does it start to count? It's like you get to OTAs and it's like certain players look good and people will tell you, well, it's only OTAs. Then they get to mini camp and it's like certain players look good and they're like, well, it's only mini camp. And you get to training camp and certain players look really good in training camp and they're like, oh, well, it's only the first week of training camp. Let's wait till the preseason games. Then you get to the preseason games and the whole darn team looks good and people are telling you, well, it's only the preseason. At what point is enough? This team looks deep, and
it does.
I mean, I'm not going to say
I don't
13.
know. Listen, I appreciate Pony's optimism. I try to be that way too, but I think realism will take you to a place where the NFL is a weird thing, you know. And man, you don't know what lies ahead with injuries. You don't know what quarterbacks get hot. You know, Andrew, they're going to see 3 rookie quarterbacks who you don't know much about. You would think that's a huge advantage for the Steelers. So if you're looking at their schedule, which looks manageable now, it should look even better if you look at those quarterbacks and think the Steeler defense should be able to have their way with them, and if the offense does what it is. The most important thing, and you were right at the very beginning when you saw something in Kenny Pickett and said that this guy's going to be a star. It took some time, but man, all you had to do is look at his Pitt career to see every year got better, 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 better. And it's not necessarily because he gets bigger, faster, stronger. It's because he's cerebral, you know? And Andrew, his ability to go through the work that's necessary, looking off people, the progressions, that's where he takes a major step forward, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot like what we saw from Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia last year. Now, it's going to be done differently because Hurts was more of a runner and had 13 rushing touchdowns. And even though Kenny had the famous fake slide, I don't anticipate he's going to be that kind of dual threat player. But the reason why I'm so bullish on this team now is because it reminds me of some of these other teams like the Bengals 2 years ago when the quarterback is really good and only has a $3 million cap hit.
Back to the lines we go. We head out to Fred in North Huntington. Hey, Fred, what's up?
Hi, Bob. Hi, Andrew. Thanks for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, two quick questions. First one on the Steelers here. They start off the season with 2 games at home. I can't remember the last time they started
8 years or so.
Yeah. Okay, well, then you just answered the question, Bob. I think it's crucial, if they want to get to double-digit wins, Bob, if they could beat San Francisco somehow and beat Cleveland and get off of that 2-0 start before they hit the road, they're still a fairly young team with Pickett on offense. If they could get those 2 wins at home, I think you might be looking at 10 or 11 more, 11 wins
Thank you,
on
Fred.
the season if they think you can do that.
I think you're right about that. Andrew, what do you think about their first 4? You have 2 at home, and then you have Vegas on the road, which has never been easy for them, and then Houston with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, I think anything less than 3-1 would be a disappointment. I don't think they should be 2-2. I think if they lose to San Francisco or maybe the game in Vegas, you can live with that, a 3-1 start. But if they're 2-2 after that 4-game stretch, man, I'm going to be stunned because the schedule gets tougher in the back half. And like you said, rookie quarterback, and Deshaun Watson has looked awful for the Browns in practice so far this year.
All right, we have a lot to look forward to. It's going to be one heck of a season. Third preseason game is Thursday night on KDKA. Make sure you tune in for that. And it looks like the starters are going to play. I'm going to ask Andrew about that when we come back. We'll take a break. This is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here live on Pittsburgh CW.